right, we are now live. Hello, hello. Welcome. Going to finish up this sushi plate today, so I'm super excited. And I see Ka is here. Hello, Ka. And I see that Evolea is here. Hello. So I'm super excited. Yeah, today's goal, get this painting done. So, how is everyone doing? Sorry that I was like a tad late. It's just one of those mornings. Gotta still get my brushes. I know, so many brushes, right? Yeah, so just pretty chill, pretty quiet. I'm so ready to finish this painting. Super excited. Trying to think what brushes will I need today. Well, definitely the small and the flat one that I just put over here. Probably this one to do the sides. I'll take this one too, also to do the sides. And where's my really skinny brush? I'm like looking for, you know, the really tiny one. I don't know if I'll need it necessarily. I think I'll be okay with the one that I have with the highlights that I have. Maybe. I swear, it's always like, there we go. Ah, here it is. Yay! It's always the tiniest brushes that hide. Oh no! I'm sorry, Evolea. I'm so sorry. I swear, you didn't miss much. It's just been a chill morning. But yeah, so just gonna finish this up. Alright, sounds good, Ka. If you want to lurk, you're more than welcome to. Enjoy your breakfast. Hey! Oh, well, all I said was that I'm hoping to finish up this painting. And, yeah. That's today's goal. And I'm really excited to finish it. So... I don't know, maybe I need to learn to start off my stream quiet so no one misses anything. It's just silent for the first 30 seconds. I could do that. Quietly mix all my paints. Hey, and it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? Alright, so I'm just like reactivating colors with the turpentine, and actually I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm still like waking up, sorry. I'm like, wait, what is my game plan? What am I doing? Okay, so this little salmon roll here needs more value. I think the some dark areas, some need to be darkened up for sure, but it's like just little touches, like do. And then also it needs to be lightened slightly in some areas, just again, little touches. So that's what I'm gonna work on. I'm going to make, here, I'll scooch this over, have my palette here. And I don't know how much burnt sienna I have left. Oh, actually, I'd have quite a bit. And some orange, and some yellow. I'm gonna mix that all up. I really like burnt sienna for the shadow colors in orange. I think that it looks really nice without dulling out the orange or looking weird. it's Nacho. Hi, Nacho. How you doing? Ooh, nice, Isaac. Completed the battle pass. Awesome. That's always so satisfying when you can complete a battle pass. Oh my gosh, I remember working on those in the days of Valorant. I always thought they were fun. All right, so there we go. So I'm just gonna make it so it's my direction. Hey, and it's Win. Hi, Win. How you doing? We got a good group of people here. All right. So, for this salmon, and is it in a good place? Let me see. There we go. That's slightly better. You can see a little bit better. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's cool, Isaac, that that Overwatch is getting a new character. Do you know anything about this character? Did they drop any hints? Sometimes they always like leave some kind of little teaser. All right, and then I'm going in and I'm adding in like the extreme highlights. And the color I'm using here is really just a really light yellow-orange color. Almost kind of the same color that I used for the marbling. And see, I'm just doing slight little teeny touches. Little teeny touches. Doing good, Win. Doing good. And I'm glad you're doing good too. Ooh, okay, Isaac. That sounds cool. A character that can like control water. Sounds like it'll be a fun character. Eva Leia, I know it's obviously we're talking about Overwatch. I know what Overwatch is, but I'm not sure what is Persona 5. That I'm not sure. And I'm sorry if that sounds dumb to everyone. Like, what do you mean you don't know what Persona 5 is? I'm like, I'm sorry. Sometimes I can be really out of the loop on things, so. Hey, and it's Henna Pilot. Hi, Henna Pilot. How you doing? Yeah, we're gonna finish this painting up today. I'm super excited. I'm ready. I got also the that pink drink that everyone agreed is just fairy soda. I finished that one last night too. And I have it off to the side. You know what? I'll take a picture after the stream and I'll post it on Discord because I'm afraid to touch it right now. Because the sides are all wet. And I'm like, ooh, I want to show everyone, but I'm like scared. I don't want to smudge it. That's like the nerve-wracking things like of oil paintings. Oh my gosh, when I finished up a couple, actually, I've been finishing up paintings lately and it feels really good. But that means doing like painting the sides. At one time, both of my tables here and next to me was completely covered in paintings. And so I'm like, I lost my workspace. I have to wait a couple of days for them to dry. No. So as you can see, I'm adding like this dark orange, just like burnt sienna kind of orange in the creases here. And it's really like bringing out the, like there's adding depth. And you know what? I actually am a really big fan of this color. I think later I'm going to go back to the shrimp and add some of these to the shrimp just to make more contrast. Doing good, Hina Pilot. Doing good. And I'm glad you're doing good as well. All good vibes here. All right. White highlight. That's what I'm doing next. There we go. I have a canvas over here for my next painting and I just bumped it with my elbow and I got spooked. I spooked myself. And so I'm just going to the marbling and I'm not making completely white outlines because I want this to be more natural and fluid. So no like really harsh stripes, kind of just adding in highlights. So very little paints on my brush and I'm just kind of working it into the canvas. Cleaned off my brush, keeping it like more like a dry paint. There we go. Yeah. There we are. Oh, um, I don't think so, Evo Leia. I don't know. None of those characters. None of those characters are really ringing a bell. An owl-like mask with the guy in the suit kind of does, but I don't know if I'm thinking of the character you're referencing or if it's something completely different. I don't think I'm familiar with this. No. Hey, it's Link. Hi, Link. How you doing? Sailor Moon. Yeah, I think that's what I'm. No, we were talking about Persona 5, Link. And I was like, I'm not familiar with Persona 5. What is that? I know what you're saying. It kind of does sound like almost like like Sailor Moon. Guess that character, Sailor Moon. Maybe that's the character I was kind of thinking of. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. All right, and then I'm taking this like orange burnt sienna mix and I am adding it into more of the deeper shadows of the shrimp. Ah, I see that you posted a picture, Evil Leia. Just because we're talking about it, I normally don't do this, but I'm curious to just see what you're talking about. Okay, the mask seems familiar. I think I've seen cosplays of it, like people making the mask. Okay. So I have seen it before. At least that part, but I know nothing else. I'm like, "Wait a minute. I swear I saw like a mutual post a picture of making that or something like that." Maybe, possibly. I don't know. There's so oh my gosh. So many video games, animes, like movies out there. It's hard to keep up sometimes. You're right. You're right, Win. Yeah, it guess that character could also be Miraculous Ladybug. I like Miraculous Ladybug. I like that series. It's just one of those, I don't know, it's so cute. Actually, I have a long time ago, I cosplayed Ladybug. I still have the cosplay, but I don't know if I'll ever bring it out again or not. But yes, that was one of my earlier cosplays. I agree, Isaac. Well, actually, I never watched Bacchus on Nickelodeon. I ended up watching it when I think they're all still on Netflix, right? Maybe it's been a while since I've like checked if it's still there or not. Probably is. Very true, Evo Leia. I swear that's how like some like fandoms or characters, I'm like, I only know this character because like a cosplay friend cosplays them or I see them like everywhere. Yeah. And sometimes I just know about the existence of the show or the video game or movie just through the cosplays. Oh, really, Win? That's so cool. I didn't know that. Aw, that's cool. Ah, really? Win, that's cool. That's super cool. It's cool when actually how many voice actors you have met. It's really awesome. Okay, this shrimp looks so much better. That's what it needed. It need See, sometimes just a little touch of shadow helps out so much. And now, like looking at all these and comparing this one kind of looks a little flat to me. So yeah, I think I need some deeper reds. I think maybe adding some burnt sienna into the red might help. Or, you know what? This is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to add a little bit of blue. And I think that'll help out because I'm just kind of putting red on top of red on top of red. And that can make it look flat. But I'm going to grab some of the, the cobalty blue, the French ultramarine. I'm going to mix that with the permanent rose. It'll be kind of purpley, but I think it's going to solve my problem. I'm still here. There we go. I know. Look, I can't believe I've already used this much of the French ultramarine. I think I have a backup tube. I should anyway. I always have backup colors of like my favorites. So like the white or the permanent rose, French ultramarine. Those are like my colors that I use the most. And so I always keep up a backup just in case. And I can white. Oh my gosh. A picture of... Oh gosh. I'm almost scared, Evo, Evo Leia. I see you sent me a picture. Is it a... I only chatified, so what? Is Cat Noir mewing? Oh god. Aw, thank you, Evo Leia. Yeah, I thought to dress up a little bit. Okay. No more distractions after this. Well, I don't care. You all can post everything in the Discord. You just like piqued my... Oh gosh, the Caitlyn one. And the Jinx. Oh my god. Remember when like season 2 of Arcane was coming out and all these like everyone was mewing all the characters? And it was just, I don't know. It's like the internet lost their mind. And it was funny. All right. So, actually, that's way too much French ultramarine, I think. So, I have a little bit of permanent rose in the whites, and I'm gonna add in some blue, and I put in way too much blue. That's too much. Ew. Okay. I am going to take it off to the side and add more red to it, more white. Okay, this is a little bit better. Need some more blue, but I don't want too much. I want very like to drop in very small amounts. Oh, that's cool, Isaac. Very, very cool. Yeah, no, that was weird in the Ladybug and Cat Noir movie that like Ladybug had two different voice actors, one for her singing parts and one for her like talking parts, which I know sometimes they do in movies, but it was so drastically different. It was crazy. Like you could easily tell it was two different people. It was weird. I don't know. The Ladybug and Cat Noir movie was just very odd. Very, very odd. And I was excited too, and the animation was beautiful. Oh my god, the animation was so good. But the story itself was weird. Okay, so coming back to the paint mixing, I mixed a little bit of burnt sienna, I mixed a little bit of orange, and I'm trying to get... Okay, I like the color that's happening right now, but I want to make it darker. Gonna add a little bit more blue. See, I'm afraid of using like any darker browns because I don't want it to become dull. I still want it to be really rich in color, so I'm gonna add some more permanent rose. There we go. So it is a little purpley, and I color matched it. Looks how I envisioned. Let's see what it looks like when I put it on the canvas. So putting this aside. I know, Evo Leia. I know, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. Uh, yeah, I agree with you, Win. It was a very odd choice of the studio to do that. Very odd. Ooh, Isaac, I like your ideas. Magical fruit that gives you superpowers. Again, I think it could go with your story of the same universe where, like, you drink soda to give you superpowers. There we go, see? Already. This is what this little sushi rose needed. Yeah, so here's another trick too when mixing colors. If you want deeper, richer shadows, but it's just not working out, especially with warm tones, kind of like reds and oranges, yellows, adding a little bit of the opposite color in the color wheel sometimes can help bring out colors. So that's what I did here, and it worked. Sometimes it doesn't work. Like adding orange to green, it's not going to turn out pretty. But in this case, since it almost made more of a purpley color. Like I did, for example, I did this painting of, some of you might know it. It's like these really tall windows and it has a girl in a golden gown and she's holding a fox and she has like antlers in her hair. That one there, like all the dark tones, like the rich, like black brown tones that I have in there, I actually mixed a little bit of purple in them. Because everything was like this, all the wood in the castle was like this warm honey kind of color. And to make those seem brighter and stand out more, I ended up adding a bit of like a really rich royal purple, like deep violet to it. And it just made the contrast up even more. Sorry, I could totally geek out about color theory and everything. I do, like, especially other like artists who play with light and glow like how I do. Oh my gosh, just yeah, I'll go total nerd on how to paint light in paintings. Which I know a lot of you who've been watching me for a while notice that I do that. Well, that is an interesting thought, Isaac. A very interesting thought. Yeah, I agree with you, Win. That is a lot for one human brain. Even just reading that, I was like, whoa. It is fun, Nacho. It is fun. There we go. It's looking so good. I'm just so happy to have this painting almost done. I got pink on this brush where it shouldn't have gotten pink. Gotta clean it. Yep, so usually on the final days when I'm working on a piece, it's a lot of little, like today's stage is really a lot of little touch ups, like just kind of tying the ends on a lot of the pieces. It's funny actually how much this roll right here ended up looking like an actual rose, but not quite. And I really liked doing this this painting this sushi. I really liked it. I think it's a lot of fun. I want to do more. I think I've mentioned this before. I have so many reference photos and ideas that I want to do. And just so many ideas. I got some more neon ideas too. Like in the club and that kind of stuff. I got some more ideas, so maybe I'll do some more neon paintings in stream. If you all like that idea. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, hey, it's Ant Gamer. Hi, Ant Gamer. Sorry if you've been here for a minute and I didn't say hello. I started getting really involved in my painting and I didn't look at the chat. Hello. I didn't know that, Ant Gamer. That is a very interesting fact, but also I don't even know how that would be possible. That's a lot of bananas. Um I don't even know if I could stomach that. I mean, usually I have half a banana and I'm good. Like I'm like, I'm good. Oh man. You know, I could almost see that being a story of one of those like a really cheesy superhero, like how a superhero gets his superpowers. He just eats like 40,000 bananas. Turns out he's like one of those food eating competition people. And I'm saying this would be a bad, like, this would be like a spoof kind of story. I don't know why I thought of that. This was just weird. I was just like, be funny. I know, Nacho. I know. See, we get the you understand how you get me when I geek out about light, and I know you geek out about sound. Uh, I've I've seen you when you're playing your games and you're like, "Oh, the sound. It sounds so beautiful." I know what you mean. I'm doing good, Ant Gamer. Doing good. Just finishing this up. I think this purple color I'm gonna bring into this roll. Just some little touches as well. Yeah, planning on finishing this up today and going back and forth. Whoa, there we go. Ooh, yeah, that is good. That is good, Win. And I don't want this to be too, like, pinky, so I'm not going to put this in too many, this, like, super dark red, purple red in many places. Just some. I see what you're saying, Evolea. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you couldn't even stomach that many bananas. I think you'd feel sick before you even reached to being that close. Aw, thank you, Ant Gamer. Thank you. Okay, this like purple red is definitely bringing this roll to life a lot better. It's already looking a ton better because it was just, I don't know, it was looking a little dull. And I kind of like noticed it for a little bit, and I was like, I don't know how to fix this necessarily. And that happens in paintings. Like, if you're ever working on a piece of art and something's not looking right, instead of keep touching it and moving it, sometimes just move on. Like, put that piece off to the side and then just keep moving on to the painting. And sometimes later you have fresh eyes and end up solving the problem. And also, I think that this highlight I noticed in the reference picture needs to be more like this. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. Yay, I'm so happy that you do. I'm really liking this painting too. I'm excited to bring it to the next show. Oh, interesting. I mean, dehydration, yes, Evolea. That is something that is very, very real. Especially me living in the desert. I still find it shocking how many people will like go take hikes without any water. Shocks me. Uh, and yeah, like I'm like, how could you not when like travel with water? It's so hot. Um, I remember when I worked at the mall, we used to get a lot of tourists, and people would ask me like, oh, what's some like that are not from here? They're like, oh, what's something fun to do? We want to enjoy the desert. And I'd be like, oh, and this would be non-summer months. This would be like our winter, early spring months. I'd be like, oh, yeah, here's some good trails you can go on. But I would tell them, bring water. Always bring water. Whatever you do, just bring water. They're like, oh, but it's so nice out. Doesn't matter. Bring water. I hope those people listen to me. I do hope. There we go. See, look how much. Oh, that's looking so much better, too. Who knew? I just needed this like purpley kind of shadow. And oh my gosh, it solved my problem. There we go. Ah, looking super good. Yep, see? Win knows. I know you know Win. Yay! Look at that. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of like looking at it from afar on my other monitor here, and oh my gosh, I think it looks so good. It looks so good. So something that is bothering me, and it has been bothering me since the beginning, is this circle. It's just like a perfect circle, just smack dab in the middle, and I feel like it's distracting. Like your eye, like I just like take my eyes away from the painting and I come back and my eye goes right there. And I don't want that. I want the eye to go like in a circle, like around the sushis and not really pay attention to this. So I need to break this up. Very easy to do. I'm going to put this aside and I'll show you here. I'm going to mix some white and black together to get that gray, just a light gray. And I am going to kind of make it look like there's radish shavings that are going on top of that circular piece. And that's also another really good tip on doing art as well, is look away from your piece and then look back at it and pay attention to what's the first thing you notice, what's the first thing you see. And the first thing right where your eye immediately goes to is that where you want it to go. Very important, kind of like a composition type test. So yeah, so I'm gonna break it up and I'm gonna put a piece of, I'm just gonna make it look like it's overlapping right here. Yeah, so that's a, there we go. See, oh my gosh, it's already looking better. Yeah, it was just too circle, and I know that's how it is in the picture, like it's pretty much like that, but in a painting sense, some things actually read a lot better in photos that don't read well in paintings, like, and vice versa. Yeah, Win, what's your random question? What question do you have for the fairy today? Oh, okay, you're talking about my fox tails, the snow fox versus the red fox. No, it wasn't based on any character. So I don't even have names for them if you want to call them OCs. I was really just modeling that I made a foxtail and a snow foxtail, which will be available for sale at my next show. And yeah, so why I did that was because a lot of people have been requesting, since I do the ears, a lot of people have been requesting that I do tails. And foxes, both all kinds of foxes were popping up. So I was like, okay, well, might as well make that my first. And I don't know, I ended up putting this side by side because they looked kind of cool. They're both different kinds of foxes. I recently just got a red wig. And when taking the photos, I was like, wait, these can be paired together. Why not? So yeah, no particular character in mind. Just more so catering to the public. Even though I will say that I think looking at the two tail sets side by side, there is something really cool about it. Um, I noticed on social media, especially on my TikTok, people were really loving the snow fox tails. So I might have to make a couple more before my next show. We'll see though. We'll see how many I can get done. Oh, what? I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Well, what names did you pick for the snow fox and the red fox? I'm curious when. I mean, sure, those characters can have names. I don't mind. Why not? What is it? Smug Alya? Smug Alya? Okay. I mean, I like the name Alya. Oh no, you're saying that's the name of the VTuber. All all ah all nah. All nah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I want to actually get back into making my ears again. It's been a little bit. I kind of like was working more on karma lately, and I took a little break from making ears, and I kind of actually miss it. I have grown to really like making ears, like super enjoying it. I like how rhythmic it is. At least I find it really like kind of peaceful, very like there's a pattern to it. And I find that pattern just so, I'm not talking about pattern like the shape of it. I'm just talking about like the assembly line process. I find it so peaceful. Like therapeutic. That's the word I was looking for. Very therapeutic. I can just watch a show and I can bring out the fur and cut out the fur and glue them together. And I'm also finding that same kind of peaceful rhythm with making the fabric horns. I actually caught myself yesterday making almost a little too many of the fabric horns. I just like started getting into a rhythm, and we have so much like scrap pieces of fabric and with really pretty designs. And I was like, ooh, I like this one. I like this one. And I just started cutting them out and like, wait, this is a lot of horns I'm gonna have to sew. And I don't even know if people will like them. I hope so. I think people will. But I was like, I better not make an inventory too many. It's hard though, especially as an artist. Like, I feel like inspired by something, and I'll be like, I want to keep going. I want to keep moving. And I'm like, wait, don't make too big of an inventory. Don't invest too much time. Because I don't want to invest too much time and then suddenly it like not work. But I'm not going to put out that energy out there. I'm going to say that people are going to love it. Yeah, same here, Nacho. I like to watch something too as I work. It depends, though, I will say. Some projects, like if I need a ton of thinking power, then either I'll put on something mindless or I'll put on music and something, because otherwise I don't want to get too like distracted. That's why too I always like end up watching some kind of comfort show because I don't feel like I really have to pay attention. I know what happens. It's just like a mood. Like I get into my own energy and it feels good. Yeah. What looks fun to make when? Are you talking about the ears or the horns? Both. Like that, nah, that doesn't make sense. I meant to make a comment, but it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, both are fun. All right, this is okay. See, this is looking a million times better and more natural. Almost looks like an alien that's like feeding into this tube. There you go. You're welcome. I just ruined this painting. Now you will forever see an alien creature. I actually like it when people share what they think my art is about because I like to hear other people's interpretations. Like, of course, I always have a story, but I'm curious what other people's are. Like, I remember this was at Kikori earlier this year, and someone came by and saw my it's the painting of she has like the metal elf ears and it's like pink on one side and she has like pink hair and it's like close up of her face. Um and trying to think if I could find the painting really fast. I don't think I can. But one of my like close up portrait ones, and this guy was like, "Oh, is that Artemis from Ready Player One?" And he's like, "Not the movie, the book, because it looks exactly like how I imagined Artemis in the book." And I'm like, No, I didn't think of that. But what an interesting interpretation. I'm like, I kind of like that. She has her own story. She's a space elf, and I have blah 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 my own thing. But I'm like, I like that you saw that. That's kind of cool. Just deepening up some shadows in here. All right. Sorry, I know I got focused on my painting for a second. Interesting question, Evo Leia. Yeah, so definitely when I started making my art professional, um, there is an interesting it's an interesting balance because you're basically your own boss. Like no one's gonna tell you you have to get this done by this date and that kind of stuff. You have to do that. Um, and like everyone, I think like for every artist, everyone's different of what they decide their time off is, and you kind of have to do what you feel is right to you. Um, for me, I am always working. I'm always working. Even like if I'm watching a show with my family, I'll bring out my art and I'll work. Hanging out with friends. Sometimes I'm sketching out ideas. Sometimes I'll be out and about running errands and I'm thinking of ideas and I see something and I get inspiration. So I'm kind of always working. um, yeah, and as for commissions, I know what you're saying. There are some people that like get commissions like all the time. And I've noticed a lot of artists, what they'll end up doing is saying, during this point in time here, I'm taking like 5 commissions or 2 commissions. Like 5 commission slots are open. This is what I offer. DM me if interested. And then they'll like send little posts of saying, hey guys, there's only 3 openings left. Hey, there's only 1 opening left. That way they're not overworked. Um, I think that's a good idea. I haven't needed to run into that yet, me personally, but I think that's a really good idea for if you're someone that if you want to take your art into the professional world, definitely having like time slots and how many commissions to take. I think that's something for you to know how fast you work. So, what do you think you can handle? If you think you can only handle 2 commissions, then just do 2 commission slots. If you're like, hey, I work fairly fast, I feel like I can do 6 commissions, 7 commissions, then do that. Do what feels right to you. Um, and I think there is no right or wrong answer when it comes to that. Um, yeah, to overdoing things, uh, yeah, like sometimes you gotta remember to take breaks. I am someone that's not so good at taking breaks, as people in my personal life know. I'll just keep working and keep going until I just can't anymore, which I know is not good. Breaks are important, but it's also important to stay, I think, on task and to keep motivated and just to find your rhythm. Yeah. Because yeah, especially as a professional artist, I will catch myself where I am just always working, but also it's sometimes hard too because there'll be lots of distractions. And then you'll be like, "Oh, dang it. I didn't get much work done today. Oops." And I'm like, I got to catch up on work. I think setting little goals, also telling people in your circle, like your real life circle, um, telling them to respect your time of work is super important too. Like almost make yourself like a real life work schedule, saying like these days of the week during these times I'm going to sit and work. And it's like as if I'm at any other job. Very hard. Very hard to set that boundary, especially if you're someone who has a hard time with setting boundaries. But if you're a person that has no problem setting boundaries, you're good. You'll be fine. Um, yeah, I've actually found that live streaming has really helped me personally, like getting regular with my own work. Actually, live streaming has really helped because it's almost like I'm held responsible for this time. Like during this time, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to work and nothing's going to distract me. So I would actually recommend, even though I know sometimes it can be intimidating. Totally understand that. You know, you're on camera, people are watching, people are stopping by. Um, you could always do no mic, and so you don't have the pressure of talking to people, but you still have that discipline within yourself. Like, this is gonna be my time to work. Very important. Anyways, I'm sorry if I went on to a whole spiel, if I just rambled. But yeah. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I know. I do the same thing. Like, I'll ask myself to when, obviously, I'm not working with glass, but I'll be like, oh, could I make that out of foam? Could I paint that? That's not just how a creative mind works. Oh, all right, Isaac. Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool what's out there now. True, Nacho, very true. Life is all about balance. Super true. And sometimes it's tricky finding that balance, and sometimes it takes like trial and error until you get it. I'm getting more paint, getting more burnt umber. So as I was kind of talking, I was also mixing the paint for the sides because I think the little sushi rolls look really good. I can turn it around so you can see, no longer upside down. True, Nacho. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy how the balance does change throughout life, and it's constantly changing. And you got to be okay with that change. And sometimes it can be hard. I know sometimes like you'll for a long time something's working really good and then suddenly it doesn't work anymore. And it's hard. Aw, thank you, Win. Yeah, I find this like a lot of fun, you know, like to just chat and hang out with everyone as I work. It's nice. You know, it is interesting actually doing the live streaming. It has helped me with. I've always had good motivation, but like the sitting down, the discipline, not getting distracted by things happening in the house. Um, it's been a good discipline thing, which I did not expect to have or to learn. See, sometimes like that happens. Life is always full of like things you didn't expect to work out the way that they did. Kind of like the ears win, like the cosplay animal ears. Never expected that I would be making pieces of cosplay for everyone, but here I am. Yep, very true, Nacho, very true. Yeah, sometimes you do like, it feels so good to lock in and just like focus on something and you get so much work done and it's so satisfying. Oh my gosh. It always feels so good. Oh, nah, that wouldn't be distracting when we should. Yeah, I'll like plan some time where we could all like meet in a video chat or something like that on Discord or something. That would be fun. Because and that wouldn't be distracting. I'm so used to it. There was actually a time where I used to hang out with well, sometimes from time to time I still do actually. Like friends will be playing video games and I'm working on art and I'm just hanging out with everyone while everyone's playing games. And I can still work. I've gotten very good at that skill. I find it tricky though if everyone's like on video chat for some reason. Unless if everyone else is also working, then I'm like, no. If everyone else is working on art, then I can work on art. No problem too. Exactly, Evo Leia. Distract with the little dancing dinosaur, and is that like a little cute cat chibi? Oh my gosh. Very distracting. It's so cute. Yeah. Yeah, no, sometimes, yeah, some fast moving pictures or fast video games, like movies. Yeah, sometimes. Depends on how attention grabbing it is, if it's too distracting. It really depends. No, there are some movies that I really like a lot, but I can't watch while uh painting or doing any art because the visuals are way too distracting. I'll just catch myself watching the movie and I'm like, well, no, wait, this isn't good. Alright, and then I'm gonna trace kind of like continue this wood grain up here. I'm taking my flat brush and I'm blending into the light tan that I just put down. And this is just the sides of the canvas, so I'm going pretty loose with it. Every artist is different on the sides of the canvas if they want it to be super precise or more loose. Totally up to you. Some artists don't even paint the sides of the canvas. I like to, personally, because I feel like it completes the painting really nicely. Also, what if someone wants it hung up but with no frame? Because I feel like if you don't paint the sides of the canvas and you hang it up on the wall, it doesn't look good. You know, it looks incomplete. But if the sides are painted, then it looks good. Especially lately, I have some frames still, but I've been using canvases that don't have frames. I don't know, I've been lately really liking this size, this 8x10. It's just been such a nice size. I feel like it fits good on the live stream. And also it's smaller, but I can still get good detail in some things. More loose. Like loose from Owl House? Or are you saying loose? I meant loose. Sorry. I know. I pronounce things good. I am excellent pronouncer of words. Not really. I'm going more loose with it. Oh, Owl House joke. I like Owl House. That's another good show to just put on in the background. I like it. It's so cute. It's like written for every nerd ever. I actually have Owl House fan art ideas that I really want to create and really want to make one day. I just don't know when because I have so many ideas, as you all know. There we go. Beautiful. One more side. One more side. And then the sides are painted and they are done. I hope you find the sides interesting. How I have to be super careful. Normally I don't paint the sides on stream, do I? Do I always, like, judge it as not very interesting? I don't know. No, you get to see the full process this way. This is what I gotta do. Oh, and I ran out of light brown, so I'm gonna mix that. Also, why I like papers underneath, kind of for the reason of painting the sides. So not only to protect the table, but also I can lift up the corner of the paper and grab the painting from underneath without touching the corners. Very useful. It's funny, I put down these papers to like protect the table, but yet I still get like smudge marks and paint drips. I have like from the pencil the graphite markings, and I'm like, what's the point of putting down these papers if I can't keep the surface clean? Oh well. There we go. Almost done. Almost done. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to have finished this piece. Another one. So, does anyone have any ideas what they'd like to see me paint next? Because I have the sketch of the dumpling painting next to me. Could start working on that. I'm almost like a little afraid to, because I feel like it's gonna be one of those where like once I start I'm just gonna keep moving, but maybe not. Maybe it'll be okay, like I can at least get like the background done or something like that. I'm kind of blending this in by like stippling it. Here we go. All right, there we are. Yay! And then I'm just gonna pick it up in the center, being very careful. Super careful. Oh, I'll bring it around so you all can see without touching the sides. Is it in a good viewpoint? Yeah, right there will be good. There we go. Yay! Ooh. I think you've showed me that ocean painting. If it's the same one that you've showed me before, Win, and it's so pretty. It's such a pretty. I know painting the ocean is. It's like it always looks simple, but it's oddly kind of challenging. But it's also really fun. I like ocean paintings. I haven't done one in a really long time. Actually, it's interesting. All the ocean paintings I've ever done, it's always at night. I've never done the during the day one or sunset one. Just nighttime. And then I'm washing my brushes. But yeah, what do y'all think? I'm super excited. Okay. Oh, I still need to sign it too. What color should I sign it with? You know what? I think I'm gonna go with something a little like a warmer brown because I want my signature to kind of sort of stand out, but not be obnoxious. I used to like try to hide my signature in the paintings, like try to make it as close as possible to the background or stuff like that. And just recently I've been trying to make it contrast. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. Up to the artist. There we go. Now I have to be like extra careful. Don't touch the sides. And I added some turpentine to this like brown orange color. I'm actually using the same color that I did for the darks of that one. And add in my signature. There we go. I don't know why I'm concentrating so hard. Yeah, actually, I don't like how thick the wing on it is that. So I'm gonna touch that up. I know some artists are like, here's the signature, and they do it so fast, and then here's me like meticulously shaping it. Being careful not to touch the edges, which I accidentally just did, trying to rest my wrist. There we go. Yay! Now it's completed. Or at least for now. Normally, I do let it sit for like 24 hours. Just let me, like, I just stare at it and I see if I like exactly the way it is. I'm feeling pretty confident I do like the way it is, but I always end up changing something, seeing something. But as of right now, we will just, for this stream, call it completed. There we go. Yay! Thank you, Nacho. Thank you. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Yay. I'm super, super happy how this one turned out. Yeah, this is another one and another like fun progress getting to share with everyone. Love it. All right, so looks like I could work on something else. I was thinking maybe since I have half an hour left, I could get started on this one. What do you all think? Yeah, we'll get do next some dumplings. This one will go quick because there's actually very limited colors on it. I'm excited. And you all know me and how I like So I love paintings like this where there's a million colors, but then I also like paintings where limited colors. I have to kind of move over some things. I should have like prepped myself. Well, actually, these paintings are pretty small. How about I just put this over here? I'm just gonna scooch this to the side. There we go. That's easy. Sorry for that bang if it spooks anyone. If you're like, ah, what's that? All right, so I gotta find my reference picture of the dumplings. Yummy, yummy dumplings. Oh, thank you, Nacho. Thank you. That's all right. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Oh no, I'm sorry, Win. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here, loud bang. You're like, ah. All right. So, for this one, I'm going to have to get. I know I don't have it on my palette right now. A color I call yellow ochre. This one right here, or it's like the color of peanut butter. I think we've made that peanut butter joke in a past stream. Don't eat the peanut butter paint. There we go. And, well, actually, wait a second. Hold on. Second guessing myself. Because this yellow ochre is actually going to be for these right here, the dumplings, and then the background is more of like a burnt sienna, so we won't need this right now. We're gonna need more of like a burnt sienna kind of look. Burnt sienna. And of course, titanium white. And this is going to be for like the background color. So it's going to be for the table that's here and right here. And then that's going to be like the yellow ochre. So yeah, I think it'll be really pretty. Alright, so I'm gonna scooch this aside. I'm gonna put my palette here. And then I'm going to go in with my white, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the white and the burnt sienna in an open spot, because there's not that many open spots left. Let's see. Just trying to make a game plan. And I kind of want to go light, so I'm gonna do my light brown, and then I'll go in more with medium and dark browns. That's looking a little too dark. I'm actually excited that we get to start a new painting today. I'm very excited. It'll be good. You kind of get like a little bonus, and then next week it'll be all new, and it'll be fun. Moving this aside. putting this here, and I think this brush will be good. This one, but I gotta get another kind of fluffy brush. Let's see. This one. Yeah. Alright, and then I'm gonna put this right side to me. I want to scooch this painting just a tad. Scooching some things because I want to make more room for this. Whoop, don't touch. Ah! There we go. And I'm just gonna go right in with my light burnt sienna. And there's a fuzzy. You know what? I want to create some orbs. So let's create some orbs. There we go. Then I'm gonna go in with my medium brown. And I'm gonna do the outside. So right now I'm kind of just color blocking. I like painting orbs. Orbs are a lot of fun, especially in oil painting. I just find them super satisfying to paint. I could have picked actually a bigger brush for this now that I'm kind of realizing it, but I actually like working with small brushes just because I feel like I have a lot more control. And then I'm going to take my fluffy brush and I'm going to blend in my orbs. And also I'm keeping in mind in the direction of what I want the paint and the brush strokes to go. So you're probably noticing that I want these orbs to be round, right? So I'm going in and making like a round circular motion while I paint. There we go. There we are. Are you trying to catch that star win? Your baby dragon. It'll get the star. I believe in you. Yeah, I'm gonna get like a slightly bigger brush, I think, for the parts. I think it'll be a little more comfortable. Let's see. No, I want something. Oh, here we are. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. This brush will soak up a lot of paint though, but it'll be okay. It'll work for what I'm trying to do. And as I'm laying down paint, I'm still keeping in mind which way is the light shining from. And since it's kind of going around these orbs, I want to keep it like, I want to keep this like very soft, round brush strokes. Same win. Yes, the small brush team. Yeah, because you get so much detail. I think I have to mix some more too. I kind of ran out of paint. I underestimated actually how much paint I was gonna need. There we go. Again, I want it to be very warm and inviting. I think that goes for all my food paintings. I just want them all to be like just warm, inviting, yummy. Yeah, no one wants food that, like, I can't think of how you like food looking cold. And I'm not saying cold in like ice cream or stuff like that. Like, that would be fun still. But just like food that looks gross. Like, no, I wouldn't want to paint that. Thank you, Win. I'm glad you like the orbs. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, shoot. Okay. It's almost time already. Could you believe it? 30 minutes just went by in a snap. That's okay. I'm gonna finish up this background, finish blending it, and then call it a stream there. And then next week, I will continue on the dumplings. I might even add steam. Ooh, that would be fun to paint some steam. Not now. That'll be like another time. This orb kind of got lost its shape a little bit, so I'm gonna still correct it. And then I'm gonna go back in. There we go. Oh, you can't even see. Huh, let me bring it up. Where am I? Painting now. Right here. Gonna finish this background. Might as well because I still have paint on the palette too. There we go. And it's okay if it's a little messy around the plate because I'm gonna just paint over that anyway. That's also why I want to get this, like, the table done right here because I want like the second layer to be the plate and not have to worry about blending backgrounds and that kind of thing, especially that like the plate hits right there at the edge of the canvas. It'll just be easier. And I do want to add some shadow, and I have some dark brown still here. I might have to reactivate it though with my palette knife. Yeah. There we go. Add some turpentine to that dark brown. There we go. I know you can't see, but I'm just mixing color. See, just like that. There we go. See, simple, very simple. And I'm gonna add some darker brown here just to add some separation to what would be the table and what would be like these, I don't know, the floor or the sky, however, whatever. Probably the floor, judging the angle. That's how it is in the reference picture, but I'm also like very leaving it loose because I want all the attention to go on the dumplings. Blending. All right, and there we are. I'm gonna grab these corners because they're least dry. There we are. Oh, it already looks like so warm and inviting. Alrighty, well, can you believe it? It is already time. Oh, thank you, Win, for putting in the Discord. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. Today was really awesome. Got to start a new painting and finish another one. Yeah, I'm just really happy with today's progress. This was awesome. You are all awesome. Thank you for sticking around. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. I appreciate everyone's support so much. Thank you. Well, I will see you all next week, Tuesday, where I will continue working on the dumplings, which that'll be awesome. Yeah. See you all next week, same time. Alrighty, bye-bye for now. Thank you.